Oh, WrestleMania hangover. Ugh. Welcome everybody to episode 213 of the Max Wrestling Podcast. I am the captain, Dazzy Dangerously, along with the best heel in the business, the Butcher, and still your knowledge champion, the podcast machine, Mike Larkin.
365 days. Happy birthday to me.
Well, over 365
It's
now.
longer than 365 now, Mike. Come on, fuck you know.
I know. I'm still kind of shocked because I was one day shy of it last year. So, hey, I'm here. We in here.
It's all made up for now.
Yes.
And also joining us is, at the moment, still currently reigning promo champion. We'll find out if he is at the end of the show. RWT's Kingpin, Emir BlackBane Costello.
I'm looking at a post here in RWT that I found to be hilarious, posted by some guy named Tamiz H. Demon. Apparently he's a new member. I approve these people, but I have no idea who this guy is. and he posted a picture of Snitsky holding a microphone to what appears to be a baby, and then Snitsky's punning the baby, and it goes, remember that baby that Snitsky punted? Yeah. Then they show a picture of Lars Sullivan. This is him now.
I just want to say it wasn't his fault.
Exactly.
I thought you were going to mention Moses Marquez's post then about who comes to mind when you see the big gold belt, and I just put me.
Yeah, you put a picture of yourself with the it's a very like a Roman Reigns-esque picture that you took with the belt slung behind you over your shoulder. And when it comes down to, Captain, you're a fucking badass, and anybody who doesn't recognize that is an idiot.
Preach. See, when you sling the belt over your shoulder, it looks okay from the back because you can still see the plate, but it doesn't look so good from the front when all you can see is just holding the strap.
I like how some of the old school wrestlers will see stuff like that and go, "Oh, he's disrespecting the title." It's like, shut up, dude. Like,
I actually don't like a title worn around your waist anymore. I don't.
Like who does that, right?
It's
you don't wear a belt.
What I mean? This old Seth came out on Raw, and I was just like, "Oh, dude, oh, look." Do you know what I mean? You've got a tacky title to start with.
Well, Becky Two Belts hasn't got much choice.
Seth can pull it off, though. I mean, Seth's got that nice slimline physique.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Remember Big Show wearing a belt around his waist?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Yeah, but Becky Two Belts has got no choice. She's got to put one of them around her waist to carry the other fucker.
I actually think she looked more prestigious with both on each shoulder.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Or just be an asshole and say, listen, I couldn't carry two belts. So what I did is I put the two into one and just have an half blue W and half red W. I think that'd be ace.
I actually saw a mock-up of that, and I couldn't make my mind up if I liked it or not.
I can love it.
But yes, we're recovering from WrestleMania. Very babyface heavy in terms of results. Not a lot of heels went over at Mania.
Yeah, that's true, man. I think only, if I remember my count correctly, I think only two people retained their titles.
Yeah. Which
would be the Usos and Samoa Joe, and obviously that didn't even matter because then the next night or something like that, or 2 nights later, the Usos dropped the belts anyways. So
yeah, to the Hardys, which could have just happened at WrestleMania. Why postpone that till SmackDown?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, as far as Joe goes, that was just a pointless match.
I don't think they needed as many fucking fatal four ways as they had, if I'm honest. No. I think I thought, well, the revival and I don't even want to. I went for them. I went for him because I just knew whenever Zack Ryder's at fucking WrestleMania, there's always something stupid that happens. So I went with obviously Ryder Hawkins, but there was so much. Can you imagine if you'd have just had the Usos versus Black and Ricochet, how good that would have been?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, Black and Ricochet have now gone after all 3 tag team titles, and they haven't won any of them.
Well, that's why I said that. I didn't think it was a good idea having them as a tag team full stop. You know, The only way you can basically go away from that rivalry or that tag team is by pitting them both against each other.
Yeah.
Because it would make no sense for them unless they got split in the draft, which is more likely.
Yeah, I don't think they want to turn either of them heel because they're both pretty over.
I think that's the more likely scenario. But yeah, you're right. I mean, I didn't see anything wrong with the amount of faces that won.
No,
I didn't have any problem with it at all.
It was just surprising. That's all.
I just thought they were. I thought if I'm going to be honest, I thought Mania for me was a 7.5 out of 10. You know.
Now we got to ask Emir if it was as good live as we probably thought it was watching it on TV. Because obviously there's a different atmosphere.
There is a Okay, here's what's weird about being live at an event that has. First of all, we both know that number is a lie. They lie every year. I don't know. They're like a woman telling their age. It's like, you got wrinkles, you're missing patches of hair. Oh, how old are you? Oh, I'm just 22, not a day over 22. Okay. But so what happens when you're at an event that has supposedly 82,000 people is like, whatever section you're in, it feels like you're experiencing a different show than other sections. So like to my left, the section that was to my left, they kept chanting things, but you're far enough away from them that you have no idea what they're chanting. You can't even tell what direction they're looking, and you just spend the whole time thinking, "What's going on down there? What part of the show is happening over there?" And then there's a part where like, this is one of the things that the dirt sheets actually got correct. Wow, I can't believe I put those combinations of words together, but here we go. Wow. During the Roman Reigns Drew McIntyre match, there was a lot of booing.
Yeah.
That literally had nothing to do with the match itself. It's like the crowd went, "We're going to do a wave." Now, I didn't realize a wave was happening, and nobody else in my section realized that a wave was happening because we were watching the show. So here comes the wave. We don't see it coming. My section was like the 2-year-old standing on the sand that gets hit by the wave and knocked over. So when the wave got to us and none of us reacted, they booed my section. And then somebody was like, "Fuck you, 314." And I was like, "Hey, man, what the fuck? All right, we're watching WrestleMania." So then I went, okay, here comes another wave. Now I see the wave coming. Before it gets to my section, I turn into a fucking admiral on the battlefield. I go, 314, ready, steady, here it comes. Everybody's like, all right, here we go. Wave got to us. We hit the wave. So everybody was happy about that. Maybe 2 sections after us hit the wave. That third section fucked it up. Boo! And it just it went like that the whole match. It's like, what is happening? And then people started like literally chanting their sections. Like 314 was yelling at 315 about who was better. And the most hilarious part, this fucking guy was there dressed in full Samoa Joe costume. Like no shirt on, yellow and black basketball shorts, white towel around his neck, and a shitty wig. And he looked like Samoa Joe because he was heavyset. This guy kept leaving his seat to go get beers. He was from section 317, I want to say. But he was so drunk, he kept walking up the steps of 314. Every time this guy walks up the steps, everybody goes like, "Joe, Joe, Joe, Joe." By the way, while they're chanting Joe, Kofi Kingston's in the ring. Like, Joe's not even in the ring. But like, people were completely enamored with this guy to the point that like WrestleMania is happening. People are getting out of their seats to take pictures with this guy.
Yeah,
like,
I just see my ass. I mean,
it was insane.
You paid all this money to see this monumental moment, and you're getting up for a fucking beer. Oh, your fat ass doesn't need another fucking beer.
This guy, you know what I mean? You don't know how over this guy was, Butcher. That's the thing. It was. Like,
I'd have fucking killed him.
People felt like Samoa Joe was really walking past them, and so what's funny is, he's got his little you know, that hang 10 symbol.
Yeah,
Samoa Joe does. And he's pumping his his hang 10 symbol as people are chanting Joe. And so he walks up 314, and I'm like, Joe, you're supposed to be in 317. He looks over, he's like, oh shit. So then he starts walking back down. He continues to pump his fist as he's yelling Joe, Joe, Joe. And then eventually he disappears underneath the steps, right? But then at some point he emerges back up in 317, and people start chanting Joe, Joe, Joe over there. It's like...
You know what? Only in WWE can the rest of the crowd boo you for refusing to ignore the match.
That's what's so crazy.
The fuck you? I'm watching the action.
But I will say, man, WrestleMania was like a beautiful... I feel like what happened this year in its entirety, including the pre-show. See, when I went to WrestleMania last year, I walked out of there thinking, what the fuck, dude? I got on a plane, and this is how you do me?
And you were fearful.
Yeah.
You were fearful, man.
I took a risk and got back on a plane this time. And this time I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and let last year slide. That's how good this year was.
But bro, I'm going to say bro, right?
Yeah.
You went to the greatest city in the world.
Oh my God.
I would live there. I would move tomorrow.
Me too. Let's move together.
Love it. I don't get right what people. I speak to people. Yeah, but in New York, it's too big. What the fuck's too big about New York?
But that's
what's too big about it. I love it. I love the size.
Mike,
that's
what's
what
it like living in New York?
people say.
I love it, man. Everything goes 100,000 miles an hour. I love it.
Yes.
It's so comfortable. It's hectic but comfortable.
I
you know
couldn't
what I mean?
agree more. Yeah, this guy
fucking amazing city.
There was a black guy, and he went to like shake my hand, and I didn't want to be rude, so I put my hand out to shake his hand, and at the last second he pulled his hand down, and with his other hand he put a CD into my hand, and he went, "Now I need a donation," and I was like, "Fuck, he got me."
I donate you the CD back.
Exactly. I was like, Jesus, damn it! The rest of the walk, I kept my hands in my pockets. You're not gonna get me with that shit again.
Mr. Larkin, you can attest to what it's like living in New York.
As a former New Yorker and as a New Yorker my whole life, yeah, I can attest that would happen.
Mike was giving out donations every day.
I can only imagine. Like, Mike is such a nice guy. He's, take it all.
Yeah, can you imagine that, just walking all day down every street? Oh, come on!
See, over here it's a bit different. They just try and give you stuff. Leaflet? No. I don't care what's on the flyer. Go away.
Yeah, man, it was something to see. I will never ever. I'll never forget it, man. The G1 Supercard, WrestleMania, all the buildings, Central Park, seeing Central Park, and being at the 9/11 Memorial, all of it. It was just, I'll never ever forget it, and I can't wait to go back.
You know what? I know since obviously 9/11, it's added that sort of. I'm not going to say tourist attraction, but it's somewhere where you go to. Do you know what I mean? To pay a respect. It's got like New York. I always say it's very, very. You can relate to so many things. You walk through Central Park and you go, Kevin McAllister stood there with the pitching woman. You know,
literally my thought.
You walk down to one area in New York. You're like, fucking Samuel L. Jackson, motherfucker.
Yeah, man. That's why it felt. I told my brother, I said, this all feels like we're in. New York is not real, dude. You feel like you're in a movie because, like, you get there, like, there's police officers literally standing everywhere, people riding on horseback. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's like you're on the set of, like, the world's biggest movie.
I just wish, do you know what I wish? I wish they'd never ever have shut WWE New York down.
Me too. I agree.
I don't understand whether it was New Yorkers were diehard wrestling fans, but they didn't get New York. You know what I mean? WWE. I don't understand. I mean, I went there when I was younger, and I don't know how you could shut something so fucking busy down. The place was always rammed.
What they're saying is like, yeah, there's no shortage of people inside there. They just weren't buying anything. People were just kind of hanging out.
Well, they were buying plenty of beers. Every single old school pay-per-view, they were all pissed.
Yeah, APA were getting fucking people wrecked.
Merchandise, yeah, fuck it, I'll have merchandise.
Absolutely brilliant. I mean, I've gone from being, you know me, boys. You know what I mean? The positive, negative guy, mostly negative.
Mm-hmm.
But I went away from watching that all weekend of wrestling, and all I want to do next, and I don't give a fuck. My missus knows I'm going next year. I am going. I have to go.
I'm going to surprise people now. If you want to hear Butcher completely positive for a straight hour, check out the new episode of Throne Zone.
I have to go, man. That's not to say that's it. Nothing bad to say. Nothing. But this is similar. This is similar. I can't fathom just how good that felt to watch. You know what I mean? Takeover, G1, fucking, and then Mania.
You know what? I'm a
complete weekend of solid wrestling. I'm gonna say.
Only one of those events left me a little bit sour. There's just one little thing I'm pissed off about with G1.
Enzo and Cass.
Yeah, it was completely overshadowed by Enzo and fucking Cass. Nobody was talking about anything else.
No.
Well, we had that, and we also had Allure with Angelina Love, Velvet Sky.
Yeah, you see, now that pissed me off. That fucked me off, right? Women of Honor, right? The last thing you need in Women of Honor is something as butt ugly as Angelina fucking Love.
AKA
She looks like she's been dipped in plastic, and the whole fucking body has just gone. Whoop.
Yeah, it's the Wayans brothers whiting up.
Okay, wait, but here's the thing. Angelina Love, she is ugly. You're right, but
you're drinking that bath water.
Yeah, when she shows up, we get Velvet Sky, and let me tell you something. So they come walking down the ramp, right? This is one of the things that irritates me about being an old wrestling fan. Is like, I'm like, dare I say, Mike Larkin in the arena, because I'm an old guy who's been watching for a long time, and I'm surrounded by young men who are all going, who the fuck are these? Like, I'm like, oh my God, Velvet Sky. I never thought I'd be in the arena with Velvet Sky. Everybody around me is like, who are these bitches? What?
You don't know Velvet Sky?
Yeah, but the thing is, though, them people that are young, they're also quite old when it comes to indie wrestling. So they're standing there going, what the fuck? Who the fuck are these? And you're not going to argue with them, because you're just going to put a full-blown riot. Fuck you, WWE guy. Fuck you, TNA guy. This is ROH. And you're like, whoa. I mean, it's...
You'll go all deep cover on them, 187 on them, yeah, and you don't stop. That's what you do, because you get all pissed, you get all angry.
But the thing that did my tits in was Kelly Klein they cut on.
Yeah, I'll go Kelly.
I know. Well, they did the double turn. We got Mandy Leon as a heel now, and Kelly Klein for the first time in Ring of Honor as a babyface.
At least she's a champion again as well, though.
Exactly.
She got a belt back.
First two-time.
Yep.
Kelly 2-time.
Shout out to Kelly
Klein.
Yeah,
Mike, let Kelly know I'm trademarking that. Kelly 2-time.
I will definitely let him know.
Hang on a minute.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, let's Kelly 2 reigns. Yeah. Let's go with that instead.
Kelly 2 reigns.
Sorry, Kelly.
So glad you said 2 reigns and not 2 reigns. Oh, see,
that's the allure. That is.
Sorry, all I gotta say is, well, here's the thing. When Madison Rayne is taking a shot at ROH on Impact, that could have been her.
Yeah, she was in the Beautiful People at one point.
Yeah, but she had a big creative problem with Women of Honor and wanted to get her released from Ring of Honor. So they said, "F you, Madison Rayne. We're gonna
basically. I want to go back to my husband Josh Matthews and Impact."
The thing is, it was so easy for, Velvet Sky to go there because she's still with Bubba, isn't she?
Yeah, she's still right.
And then Angelina Love, well, she just skips between the sheets.
Yeah, there you go.
Until her thingy runs out. Her visa.
Yeah.
Inevitably runs out, because it always runs out.
Exactly. It always seems to happen when she needs to go to Canada as well. Yeah, and I don't know.
Also,
I want to know what everyone's favourite match was and worst match.
From G1?
No.
For Mania?
I want to know WrestleMania. I want to know Mania.
Match of the night, Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston.
You think?
Yeah.
Wow. I want to say this, though, about... first of all, my favorite was definitely Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston. And I'll explain that in a second about the feel in that arena. But I don't know how you guys will feel about this, but personally, when I first heard about, like, The Miz versus Shane McMahon, I was like, God, this is... Jesus, why? Mm-hmm. And then when that match happened, I was like, fuck yeah, this match was dope. Like, I loved the whole thing, you know? So
I agree. That was my thing. I was just pissed that Shane McMahon won.
Well, the thing I liked about it the most is, like, Shane McMahon did something besides, jump off the announcement table and coast to coast, and his typical, like, this went from, like, oh, we see this once a year at WrestleMania to, like, this guy every SmackDown, he finds a way to jump off the announce table, and he wakes up in the morning, he stands on his nightstand and does coast to coast to his wife, and she's still sleeping. Just like, Jesus Christ.
Well, I can attest that Phoenix was all smiles after Shane McMahon got the pinfall.
Oh yeah. You almost get the feeling they put that big scaffold in there just so Shane could jump off it.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Like, I know there was a camera on it, but
imagine my brother sitting next to me, who the last time he was at a wrestling event was when he took me to my first wrestling event, the night that but most people listening to this will go like, I don't remember that. Mike Larkin will be like, I remember every detail of that night. Anyways, the night that I always got mad at this guy. What was his name? Will Sasso.
Oh, with when he was imitating Stone Cold.
See, I told you Mike would know. All right, that's the first live WWE event I ever went to, and I'm still mad at Will Sasso because this guy comes out, and I got my little Polaroid. I mean, my disposable camera, my Kodak disposable camera. I got one picture left, and I'm like waiting for Stone Cold, and then Stone Cold's music hit, and Stone Cold comes walking out. But you see, I've never seen Stone Cold live and in person, and I'm up a little high. And I think to myself, Stone Cold looks bigger than usual. But none be the wiser, snap the picture. And then he gets on the microphone. It's like, I'm definitely Will Sasso. And I'm like, what? So my brother, that's the last time he's been to like a live event because he's not into wrestling. And he's only there because he's there to support me and have some fun with me in New York. So I'm having to explain to him who everybody is and what the hell is going on. So I say to him, Shane McMahon, just at some point in this match, this guy is just going to climb up on something high for no reason and then fall off of it. So when Shane starts climbing up the scaffolding, I just, you know that look you give somebody when like you've just been proven right. You know what I mean? Like you raise your eyebrows, you go like, check and mate. So,
see, I think I'm a bit stuck because to me it was between the Fatal 4-Way Tag match.
The men's or the women's?
Come on, which would you think? Which would you think? I think.
Well,
come on, be honest. Which one?
I know you were a Static Butcher because the Iconics won the titles.
Yeah.
Brother, I marked the fuck out. My missus is sat there in the chair just looking at me going, what the fuck? I'm like, yes, and I'm doing the poses and everything with me daughter. Iconics!
I can confirm Phoenix hated it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man, I'm marked. But my favourite, it was Batista, Triple H. I loved it.
Let me tell you something,
did.
Butcher.
I loved it because I was almost correct, spot on with what happened. When Ric Flair walked out, I was like, oh, do it.
About your Iconics. Let me tell you how I missed that match. I sat there and listened to Sasha Banks' music come on. I thought to myself,
bye.
Yeah, right. And I said, but wait. I can see on the stage that they've got Bayley's inflatable tube, and they're going to come out. They had about, let's just say 15 of those things surrounding the stage. She comes out. Now, this is WrestleMania 35 in New York, the hometown of WWE. She's got like 17 of those things that they activated. Out of 17 of them, maybe 3.5 popped up. The other ones just immediately fell over like they were too tired from the trip. And I thought to myself, is this where we're at with this? At some point, can't we just realize that these things don't work anymore and stop? So then I just went, you know what?
Can we not just realize that Bayley doesn't work anymore?
Yeah, her or Sasha. So I just got up and went, I'm going to the bathroom. Now, I went to the bathroom, and then I stood in line for a long time to purchase chicken tenders. 2 orders, which cost me $38. All right, that's what we're charging for chicken tenders at WrestleMania. And
no comment.
At some point, I heard the Iconics music go off, and I thought to myself, no fucking way. And I was like, good for them. And I'm so happy that Bayley and Sasha lost. I love Bayley. She bores me, but I think she's a good person. Sasha Banks, good. I'm glad you lost.
Oh, she's being a prima donna again now because she lost her title.
I ain't no Sasha Banks fan. They need to cut ties with that girl, man. She's just a fucking. She's an headache.
No,
I've never seen such an inconsistent. You never read of anything good with Sasha Banks. There's always a negativity in terms of she's moaning about something. She's moaning about someone. She's got heat backstage. Do you know what I mean? But even when you look at her face, she's got a face you want to put on a curb.
You just want to run her over.
She really has. I mean, it's funny because I always watch them American videos where you see the girls fighting in the street, and you always got someone. I always go to my missus, I wish someone would grip hold of Sasha Banks and rag her around the street like that.
Now,
yeah, man, I don't like her. She's a big crybaby.
Yes, the Wendy Williams was canceled because she had a family emergency.
Oh, in other words, she's a prima donna because she's not a champion anymore.
So, all right,
Wendy Williams should be canceling her own show, though, right? Wendy Williams is dealing with, alcoholism and blah, blah, blah.
All right, well, 2 things. Number one, I can attest to that $38 on chicken because, it's expensive there. I can attest to that. Number 2, which I have to say to you because I know you marked out for the Iconics, but how much did you mark out that we're going to get Lacey Evans and Becky Lynch now for the women's title?
Lacey Evans, here's the thing about her.
Be careful.
Yeah, watch yourself, Emir.
Okay, I would like to pass this question to the Butcher. Then, Butcher, how do you feel about it?
She's hot property.
That was a hot tag.
She's hot property. The woman, for me, cannot do no wrong. I love the fact that people for weeks have been going, she walks down half of the ramp, she goes back up. She walks down 3/4 of the ramp, she goes back up. The woman is pure America. Yeah, I just love the fact that she, you know what I mean? She was one of them women in the deserts of Afghanistan and Iraq, and she was getting her nails dirty, but she can come out and put a fucking dress on. I tell you what, I would drink her bath water, I would lick the fucking dirty shit from round the bath.
Ironically called the ring.
The ring.
The ring. The ring. Yeah. I just no. I tell you what. When it comes to women in the WWE, there's it only, a push only lasts for a short amount of time. You can only mark my words. This Becky Lynch the man thing, it ain't gonna last long. It ain't gonna last long. The reason it won't last long, it's like they've already turned on her after fucking Mania. They're like pro fucking Ronda. Fuck Becky, man. She botched the ending.
Also, Becky Lynch, who I adore, but let's just, maybe I'm crazy, but did nobody else feel like Becky Lynch was dressed like a street whore or like some version of like an old Barbie doll? Like, what was up with her hair and makeup?
Do you know what? Exactly that. That's exactly what I thought. When I looked at her hair, I went, who the fuck done her hair? She's turned up for Mania. She's turned up for Mania. Fucking Ronda Rousey's ready for a fucking old school fight, like she was going to fight fucking someone in the UFC. You know what I mean? She's got the cornrows, tight hair so no one can grab it. Charlotte's looking as glamorous as ever. You know what I mean? But she's ready for a fight. Becky Lynch looks like she's just fucking... She's woke up next to Perry fucking Saturn.
and Moppy.
Moppy. You know what I mean? No, she did. It didn't look good. It didn't look good.
Look like
do you know what? No, it looked like Vince had gone, right, Becky, here's where we are. Dean Ambrose is leaving. You got his gimmick.
Lunatic fringe.
You know,
can you grow a shadow?
We need to keep it up. But
Speaking
Dean cut his hair, so you're going to have scruffy hair now. Now, next week, you're going to start telling jokes. Pretty bad
That top
ones.
was a bit tight as well.
It was.
Either that or it was really cold in that stadium.
Oh, dude, freezing.
Okay, I'll give it.
It was freezing.
I'll let her off with that one.
By the way, Butcher, going with your theory that women's like a push for a woman doesn't last super long. All right, everybody's on Lacey Evans, and Becky Lynch is saying, "Well, it looks like Vince has a type or WWE has a type." And then I thought to myself, "Yeah, whatever happened to like Mandy Rose being the next big thing?"
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, it's down to, right, Vince has got lack of patience when it comes to women.
Yeah.
Right? He would have plenty of patience if they were on their fucking knees. Right?
Barking.
But he's got no patience when it comes to women. Like exactly what Emir just said. Mandy Rose. Gone. Dropped. Dana Brooke is slowly working her way up the ladder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nice to see.
Watching her chuck a few people out the Rumble, getting a bit hyped, coming out this week talking, you know what I mean? If I get the opportunity, I'm going to take it. I'm like, all right, Dana, can you get, you know what I mean?
And isn't it funny, though, she stopped bodybuilding and slimmed down and now Vince likes her?
I like it. I like it. Well, it just screams roids and she's not taking any more roids. That's what it says, does. They don't want her to be the first fucking woman announced to fail a wellness test. But it's just, for me, I mean, looking at Becky, everyone's obviously seen the negativity coming off, haven't they? You know what I mean? People are seeing their ass now. They were all for the fucking women main eventing. Now they're against it. And even more so, you got fucking wankers like fucking Christian York. Who the fuck is Christian York,
Christian York coming out of the woodwork out of no fucking where.
Brother, fucking no. When did you amount to anything? How many manias have you done? How many televised pay-per-views have you done in your career? Fucking none.
I was going to say, I watched TNA avidly back then. I got no memory of him.
He failed a gut check.
Well, he won the gut check,
wasn't he? Yeah, he was on gut check, wasn't he?
So he was a guy that he was in the later part of ECW. He used to team with Joey Mercury. Then he went to friggin' Impact. He was in the mix. He didn't win the X Division title. He won gut check. He had a crappy career. And then now he's out of the woodwork talking about the women.
Exactly. When women shouldn't have main evented it, they should have left it to the men. Brother, you wouldn't be able... You couldn't live with fucking some of the women that you know what I mean, I could name. Go and have a wrestling match with Asuka. Fuck, dude, she'd kick your fucking teeth out. You know?
It all comes full circle because the one time Christian York was in WWE was in 2006. He wrestled a match, and he actually put this guy over in his early stage of career. You know who he put over?
Who?
The Miz.
The Miz?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was the one time he wrestled on WWE is when the Miz started doing the, hoorah thing on SmackDown in 06. It's the one time we saw Christian York.
Okay, those two. But you know what I mean. Don't talk shit like that. I mean, this is so stupid. You know, you sound ridiculous and bitter. You know what I mean? Especially when you're sitting there with less than 3,500 fucking followers on Twitter.
Mm.
You know, no one cares. No one really cares about you. You know, don't disrespect fucking someone's. You know what I mean?
Well, that was why my comment was, I see Christian York is still alive.
Yeah, that's just silly, isn't it? But what I will say is, if that is the only thing that people can pick from that match to criticize, right, was the ending. I didn't have anything wrong with the ending. I thought it was sloppy, but I didn't think it was sloppy on Becky's part. I think Ronda needs a kick up the ass.
I don't know what went down. It was just a mess.
A lot of stuff that she's done since she's been in WWE. Do you know what I mean? She needs a kick up the ass. She's still green. She's improved a hell of a lot. But I think Ronda Rousey's a bit of a diva. She's a bit of a diva. You know what I mean? It's well documented in UFC why people like Misha Tate didn't like her. You know, Holly Holm didn't get on with her. It's documented. I mean, she's a talented girl, and I wouldn't step in a fucking octagon with her. Fuck that. But I just think this is taking a dramatic turn, and there's one person that people can only point the finger at now, because she's just fucked off with apparently broken hand. Her hand didn't look broken in the picture I seen, her fucking holding her husband's hand.
Butcher's got X-ray vision.
You know,
literally X-ray.
You know,
it's probably just an excuse for her to take a few weeks off.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I've just seen a story that may be breaking news. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but apparently the Road Dogg is blown up on Vince McMahon and sensationally quit WWE.
Fantastic! Fuck off!
Stop making me sing that damn song with Jeff Jarrett.
No. Do you know what it was? I actually thought. Do you know? Did you watch the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Did you think there was something a little unsettling with the X? Is the whole thing?
I didn't. Well, here's the thing. I saw like just a small portion because, of course, it aired the same time as G1 Supercard, which I was busy enjoying. But I just saw that small portion of like them mentioning Vince McMahon and Triple H, you know, telling Billy Gunn blah 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 about AEW, and it all seemed kind of. When I first hear right now of like Road Dogg quitting WWE, my immediate thought is he's going to go to AEW, because this is easily that part of like, I mean, remember in WCW where it's like, hey y'all, they're giving away money over here. Everybody's like, oh shit, gotta go, Vince.
Just on Google now.
Yeah, it says right on his Wikipedia, it was reported after WrestleMania that he resigned as head creative of SmackDown.
Oh, please God, be fucking true.
Maybe it's something to do with Fox and they're not going to pay him as much.
Maybe they just woke up and realised he sucks fucking ass.
That too.
and he's a fucking racist.
The feeling I got from their speech was...
we won't get into that.
Yeah, it was completely unscripted.
Is Road Dogg racist?
I think he is. I think it doesn't help where he's from. I mean...
Georgia.
Yeah. He's a bit of a weird one. It was. I think I read somewhere in when he was in TNA. There was issues amongst him and Conan despising him, not liking him.
Yeah.
Because of ethnic. Because of remarks that were made.
Oh yeah, that was when Conan and Monty Brown were there. They used to say a lot of crap to them.
Yeah. And who was the other one?
To be fair, Conan doesn't get on with anyone.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. But I think I read somewhere as well. There was something between himself and fucking hell, what's his name? Japanese guy.
In Impact.
An Impact?
Yeah, yeah. I know Road Dogg was sent home for it. He was sent home from the taping. I can't remember who the Japanese guy was. It was someone that was from, I think it was Noah.
Oh, Kiyoshi or one of those guys?
Could have been. It was one of the guys that was in the. It wasn't Sanada. It was one of the guys that was in the X-Cup with Team Japan.
Oh, it was like one of them. Talent.
And he basically what had gone on was he put his shoes on the bench with a little flag in the shoes and told this Japanese guy that was his job. While he was there, it was to shine his shoes.
What an asshole.
You know, and I know he was sent home for it. And I think it's not he's always had that certain, you know, kind of thing around him. But like you say, when you're from a certain area or from a certain, you know what I mean, certain area within a place, you know what I mean, you're all almost certain going to be identified as, you know, problematic. These guys don't get on with them guys, and them guys keep themselves to over there, you know.
Funniest thing from Hall of Fame was him throwing a glow stick at someone. Oh shit, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, fucking idiots. Then notice how it didn't show the person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just his reaction on camera. Oh shit.
Yeah. Guarantee the person was Hispanic and it was Conan's mother. Yeah, fuck you, Conan.
Well, I have to ask you, what did you think about his thing about I like to see you sons of bitches try to rush the ring on DX?
Very true, because I've seen Triple H beat the shit out of a ring invader.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, but yeah, what that guy did to Bret Hart.
Oh, Travis Brown, though. Jesus. Hire him security right now.
David Hart Smith.
Travis Brown, I'm at my words. Travis Brown hasn't got a contract with UFC anymore.
No.
Travis Brown is a free agent. I wouldn't be surprised, you know, if WWE is sniffing around him. He's a bit of a specimen, is Travis Brown.
Well, if Ronda does get up the duff, someone's going to have to bring in some income.
Oh, the guy can wrestle. The guy can wrestle. I mean, let's just hope they don't turn him into Brock Lesnar fucking version 2.0.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I think that's the only problem, is that I have an issue with, you know, sports crossing over these days.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like Gronkowski coming to WWE. What's his fucking finishing move going to be? A fucking shoulder charge.
The running Gronk. The running Gronk.
I don't want to see McGregor either, because I think it'd just be too gimmicky.
Hey, I've got one for you three of you.
What's that?
What the fuck is it with fucking Mojo Rawley turning PCO?
I don't know what that was. Oh my god.
What the fuck? I was like, oh my god, you look the right twat.
Who was the guy that yelled out at the end of it? This won't work. Remember that? Did you guys hear that? There was a guy at the end of that promo. He just wrote, yeah, that won't work. He yelled at
Becky did stay away. You just want to hear Vince McMahon just fucking release him.
Yeah. And what'd you guys think? Well, obviously, besides Mojo, what did you guys think about Bray? That come out.
They couldn't have made it more obvious that it was his. Do you know what? At first, I didn't realize it was a WWE promo.
Do you honestly believe that's Bray?
Well, the laughter and the Hawaiian shirt, I guess, on the thing is what they're saying.
I don't know what the hell that.
I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. I'm really not buying that that's Bray. I heard a geezer who's got like 40,000 subs on YouTube with his theory on that. And he said Bray Wyatt because the bird's got an Hawaiian shirt on and about the buzzard. And I was like, it looks fuck all like a buzzard.
Carefully.
I'd be more obliged to believe it was someone like the fucking Boogeyman returning. Do you know what I mean? If that resembles the return of Bray Wyatt, I'm gonna be pissed. Because that to me is lazy. A fucking cardboard box from a fucking local supermarket. Look like WWE representatives have gone into their local fucking supermarket and gone, ain't got any cardboard boxes, have you?
Yeah.
Fucking the lass in the arena, she's fucking flat packed them all and chucked them out the back door. We need a box. We're gonna put a bird in it with a Hawaiian shirt on.
So like I said at first, I didn't realise it was a WWE promo because it just came back from a break. There was no WWE logo on the corner or anything. I thought, oh fuck, it's an advert for Yodel.
I mean, it started off. It started off quite. You ask yourself, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then it just got stupid and silly, and I kind of lost my rag. I was just like, and then when I heard people like with I just thought, no man, Bray Wyatt looks $1 million at the minute. $1 million. He's fine cut. His new look looks good. And then you introduce a fucking bird. If he comes down dressed like Coco fucking Beware, fucking.
Oh my god.
This is my friend Frankie.
My friend Frankie. Dead Frankie. Yeah, this was Abigail's bird.
Oh, another thing that pissed me off was, two things actually. Ember Moon and Luke Harper both returning. Absolutely no big deal made out of it.
Yeah.
Luke Harper looked ill.
They didn't even mention that they'd been away for ages.
Where the fuck's Luke Harper's muscle structure gone? I know he was never big, but fucking, I just what's his fucking name? I call him Dick Van Dyke, fucking 205 general manager.
Oh, Drake Maverick.
That's it, Dick Van Dyke. That's it, Drake Maverick. Fucking, he's got bigger muscles than fucking old Luke Harper at the minute. Well,
did you see what they did with Drake Maverick in a dark match? They had him, which Luke Harper beat EC3. They had him managing EC3 like it was Impact all over again. TNA.
I'd like that. Yeah. No, I'd like that. I think that would work.
I like
Dixie Carter immediately comments on it.
Yeah. Of course.
Oh, that's original.
Yeah, but then there's the part where the smart marks part in the reference. They jump on the post and somebody immediately goes like, "Oh, I think I recall seeing this somewhere before, but I don't know that it had that much of an impact." It's like,
come on.
Hey, it did. It was one of the hottest feuds at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
It was.
Yeah. But hey, at least they're doing something with EC3 finally.
Exactly. By the way,
it may have been a dark match, but
I mean, I didn't like the fact that he was basically one of the first to out the fucking Battle Royal.
He was the first out. He lasted less than a minute.
He was. There you go then. Oh, fucking hell.
Speaking of them finally doing something with somebody, Kurt Angle gets his revenge on Baron Corbin, and then Lars Sullivan comes out and kills Kurt Angle. And then he kills the Hardys on SmackDown.
Yeah, that's weird booking.
I was really... I loved Lars Sullivan in NXT.
I love Lars.
And his music... First of all, whoever's doing WWE music lately, God bless him. I love all this rock and like the War Raiders, all this rock and roll shit. Every time I just want to shake people and like, oh fuck yeah. But anyways,
yeah.
but when Lars Sullivan came out, Lars Sullivan finally coming out is like, oh okay. But this was meant to happen like weeks ago.
Like I remember,
yeah, right. Because I remember something like with him and Keith Lee, and then. That may have been around the time of like TakeOver Phoenix or something.
He had the final match with Keith Lee where he buried Keith Lee.
Right.
And then he was supposed to show up the following night, and then apparently anxiety attack or whatever it was that had upset Vince. That was the last thing I'd seen. And then we're talking like what? Nearly 3 months. Well, 3 months later.
Yeah, it just seems kind of. Also, if you're going to come out and attack Kurt Angle.
Because he came up the same time as EC3, didn't he? That was the
Yeah.
EC3, Lacey Evans.
Yeah, he was one of those first 5 packages.
Yeah, where they were like, instead of just letting them come out and be a surprise, they were promoting them the entire time. Hey, look out any moment. These people are definitely showing up. But it's like, if you're going to come out and attack Kurt Angle, can we attack Kurt Angle? Like, this is meant to be like your shocking debut and show people that you're a monster, because presumably people who watch the main roster have no idea who you are. And people who did watch you in NXT have no idea where you've been. So it's like, make a big impact. He comes out and does like the one move and then just stands there yelling. And
I mean, we're talking a fucking 50-odd-year-old man.
Is he 50?
That's virgin on cripple. You know what I mean? Wow. If he was going to make an impact, Why not fucking just dismantle fucking someone with a bit of credibility? Make a name for yourself. You know what I mean? Give it a talking point. You know?
That's what I meant. It was weird booking. Like, Kurt Angle retired, and the next night he's taking a bump.
It just made me chuckle when Lars Sullivan stood there and Kurt Angle takes 2 steps up to his chest. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's another thing. If Lars Sullivan is a monster, maybe Kurt should be backing down at this point, not stepping up. Like, what are we trying to do here? What's the story we're trying to tell?
Yeah, he would have got a bit higher than the chest if it wasn't for the bent knees.
No.
Sorry, Kurt. Also, Dr. Thugonomics came back.
Oh, dude, I loved it.
So Cena can still freestyle.
This is another one of those things where I'm literally, when I leave WrestleMania, there's 82,000 people all trying to get on a train. Yeah. And then there's one random guy. It was described
as hell on earth from what I read.
Oh, it was insane.
Yep.
And then there's one guy who's holding up a sign that says stretch limo. And my brother's like, we're going with that guy. And I'm like, okay. So we make our way through the crowd and get to that guy. And my brother's like, how much? This guy's like, how many people you got? 2. All right. That's $100. So he gets us and he recruits like, I don't know, 6 other people. Now he's made his money. Now we all have to follow each other, a group of strangers, through all these people, like through a tunnel, up and down some stairs. It just immediately turned into like a horror movie. But eventually we made it to the limo. And then we get inside the limo and then we're all going to New York or wherever we're going. And there's like 2 kids in the limo. Neither one of them have ever heard of the Doctor of Thugonomics. I'm like, how old am I? They're all like, they've never. All they know is like the never give up Cena. And I said,
yeah,
the hustle, loyalty, respect Cena.
That's what I'm saying, man. You should be pointing fingers at the mother and the father, going, "What are you doing? Educate your kids."
Yeah, it's like, come on, man, you're disrespecting yourself.
You know what I mean? The attitude here, the ruthless aggression here are on for these kids so they could be educated with what is currently still in the business.
I actually feel bad for the kids that were in school the next day going, did you see John Cena's new gimmick?
No.
His new gimmick.
Do you know what? I loved it. And I loved this nostalgia of it. And then, because I've campaigned for that for years. I have, haven't I? I've always said
you have. You've said it.
Just do it, man. Don't do it now. Don't do it. Don't. He's too old. He's too old. It looks silly. It's like putting Pee Wee Herman. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll take it if we don't have to ever see his hair again. So I mean,
yeah,
if you just
keep the hat on, Cena.
I mean, the guy looked good, and there was a little bit of me that thought, you know what I mean? But the fans fucked it up. They fucked it up. You're supposed to boo him. And you cheered like motherfuckers.
I love the fact that he called it the FU again.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah. But here's the thing, too. Let me give you an idea of how confused people were. This music comes on. Again, I'm in section 314. I pop huge. Everybody else is still trying to make sure they don't miss the wave. And nobody seems to know who this character is. I'm singing every lyric to the song. Like, Cena's walking out, and everybody seems to be, like, completely quiet. Like, wow. I'm like, this doesn't make it. This is the Doctor of Thugonomics. I'm like the Butcher. I've been waiting for this moment since he gave up the gimmick. Mm-hmm. And everybody else is just kind of like, I have no idea what's happening. I don't think I think the crowd was so young, they didn't really know who the hell he was. And then he gets in there, and once he started like rapping and kind of tearing down Elias, then it was, people were cheering. And then people started chanting. There was no Cena sucks. There was no booze. As Cena was walking out, people were literally chanting, "Thank you, Cena." And I thought to myself, well, in order to get Roman Reigns over, he had to get cancer. In order to get John Cena over, he just had to go back to being the Doctor of Thugonomics.
I gotta admit, I didn't realize who it was when they were showing the whole Babe Ruth package, and it just didn't twig after until he came out. I thought, oh shit, yeah, the Babe Ruth of wrestling. That's what they call him.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, for some reason, of course, I'm an idiot. I was like, maybe CM Punk. Maybe they figured it out. maybe they worked out a deal. But he
does. He mentioned Chicago as well, didn't he?
Yeah, Chicago. I was all on that, right? With the interview with Kathy Kelly, I think it was, which I've seen is basically saying, it's kind of funny in his rap. He's like, "You're getting ready to witness a heel turn," and I thought, why are you saying that? That then it's obviously not a heel turn. But then in the interview backstage, he goes like, "Yeah, he basically says this is a one-off, so it's not like Cena's coming back or something. It was just like a one-time special thing. I hope the crowd enjoyed it. It was just something I wanted to do, blah, 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 blah." And I was like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, but listen to those reactions, John.
But it was amazing. Yeah, people like, dude, it was...
The thing is, right, is for something like that to have an everlasting effect and to affect the direction your career goes on, it needs to be done on someone else other than fucking Elias.
Well...
He would have to come back and attack. Do you know what? No, I'm not going to say Roman Reigns because the fans are probably cheer.
Yeah.
It would have to be on Rollins. But I really do believe fans are that naive and sheepish, as I like to call them, that they would bury Seth Rollins. Fans these days do not support a gimmick because it's fucking cool or brilliant or it's well done. They support it because it's brand new. And then they throw it in the trash 6 weeks later because it hasn't worked.
Yep.
They follow suit. They're fucking sheep.
Fickle.
Now, again, like, we did see the coolness that was Cena, but then the next night, whoever interrupts me is a dead man, and then here came the Undertaker.
I want to know what Elias has done. This is what I want to know.
He's just the king of getting interrupted, isn't he?
I just don't like it. But I think he's comfortable with it.
Yeah.
That's the sad thing. I think he likes it. I think Elias really has got this dream of not being a wrestler. He wants to be a fucking performing artist. Well, I really do believe that.
I mean, on the plus side, he is very, very good on the mic.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
I gotta say this. Who was it? Was it Tony Kirkendall on RWT that said it's going to be Undertaker and Elias in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks like it is, though.
Yeah, but there's still question marks over that happening, isn't there?
I think he's
the last
confirmed
thing
for Saudi.
I read was WWE were contemplating pulling out of it.
I don't know. I hope they do, because I won't be watching it anyway.
They cashed a check. I don't know that there's... And the reason why it made sense to me is because it's like, this is Undertaker. He didn't even appear at WrestleMania. He shall appear at StarCast, and he's making some other outside WWE appearances. Mm-hmm. But then you go, Saudi Arabia. Well, there's so much money. Like, people, they're obligated. They have to show up for that part. So if not for Saudi Arabia, I don't even know that WWE would still even have The Undertaker.
If you think back to the Red Wedding, obviously Rob's wife was pregnant and she got stabbed. Well, her womb got stabbed to shit.
Yeah.
What if that's how Arya kills Cersei in Vengeance?
Well, Bran would have seen that, wouldn't he?
Yeah. That's why he gave her the dagger.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you think that? I
think it's a strong possibility. I mean, we've seen a few throwbacks to earlier seasons recently.
Do you know what? Fuck, it's a good job we're not cannabis smokers, isn't it?
Psycho is a Max Noise theme song for Trivia Takeover 4.0 Curse of Champions. It's by Another Day Dawns, taken from the album A Different Life, available now on iTunes and Spotify. Trivia Takeover 4 comes your way on June 29th, where the promo champion will get the night off as we host the final of the King of the Mic tournament, plus the Knowledge Championship will be on the line in that one night a year where a bunch of all your favourite old school trivia games return for one night only. To find out who has the best wrestling IQ, go to maxwrestling.net for more information.
Do you also want to talk about also what else happened on WrestleMania Day besides the fact that we had all this good wrestling?
Well, we had Alexa and her click of doom.
Yeah.
For a cheap pop.
I gotta tell you something.
I did both of it. It amazes me, no matter how controversial Hogan gets, he always gets this massive fucking pop. Like, all of a sudden you see him and everybody just forgets about everything.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm a black guy. This just in.
Does Mom know?
And when Hulk Hogan's music went off, bro, I had my vitamins ready to eat. I had some vegetables. I mean, I don't know what was happening. Like, you're right. I completely forgot that he was a racist. There's something. I mean, like somewhere way in the back of my mind, the black voice was like, "Really, homie?" But the wrestling fan in me was like, "Just let us have this moment, okay? We can go back to hating him afterward. But right now, Hulk Hogan's here! Yay!"
Yeah. Apologies for misquoting Richard Pryor, by the way. Is does Dad know is the line.
So he shows up, and I'm just, I pop, the whole arena pop. There's just, I don't know. That's the thing. That's why WWE always brings back Hulk Hogan, because he comes out and he doesn't even do anything. He goes, "Well, let me tell you something, brother." And everybody's like, he said it.
You got the arena name wrong again, though.
I went fucking mad, I did.
Well, yeah, it's MetLife Stadium, not MetLife Center. Hulk, what are you doing?
Oh, fuck you. I hate the guy, I do.
MetLife Center. It's like, dude, it's literally two
right
words. Like, he still gets paid. Doesn't mean matter.
I know. That's why I was about to say, Butcher, how bad were you raging when the Hulk's doing
I just see my ass. Do you know what pissed me off the most was you had your host.
Yeah.
Right? She came out for the whole of fucking 2 fucking minutes. The whole night.
And changed
that was your host. You know, that was your host. And then fucking, you know what I mean? She gave someone, she outdid herself with fucking Hulk Hogan. I just wanted him to fall flat on his face.
I mean, in fairness, New Day outdid themselves with the Hardys as well a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
You know, but that was good because the New Day, at least the New Day came out to introduce the show. Then they came out to change the match
with a massive tease.
She could have come out once in the night and said, you know what I mean? So, and I don't know, fucking, I've got to change to a match, or I've got to add something to a match, or you know what I mean? Done something the way Alicia, you know what I mean? I don't know. It just pissed me off. Hulk fucking Hogan.
Butcher.
Wow.
This is how this works, okay? There's always some version of like, hey, 3 years ago, you know, CM Punk, I was a guy on the side of John Cena's car during his entrance at WrestleMania, and now I'm, you know, headlining WrestleMania, whatever. Okay, so if we're running with this theory of a few years ago you were a prop, and now flash forward a year or two and you're the whole damn show.
Yeah.
The New Day hosted WrestleMania some time ago, and then sometime later, Kofi Kingston became WWE champion, which means that Alexa Bliss has got good things coming her way.
Well, she was back in action the next night.
Well, yeah, then she lost to Bayley.
That's what it's going to be.
Oh, she beat Bayley.
Going away.
I'm sorry, Jesus. I'm sorry.
That's another thing Sasha Banks seen her ass about.
Oh yeah, what's the dealio? Like she blocked.
Alexa blocked Sasha.
Yeah.
I love the tweets here. Sasha put something like, "Oh, block me because you're threatened by me," and Alexa just went, "Not threatened. No, I'm just sick of your petty shit."
I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
We don't like each other, though.
No.
This is why I say that there's gonna come a time where Vince is gonna get fucked off, and he's just gonna terminate Sasha.
I'm surprised she's lasted this long. Her attitude absolutely stinks.
She does nothing for revenue. I mean, what? You know, I'd be interested if anyone has got an opinion on Sasha Banks, which is positive. You know what I mean? I don't say she's got a fine ass or she's got a cracking set of tits. You know, she brings nothing positive to the table. She's not great. She's not going to bring you a lot of revenue, is she?
No, I mean, little girls will buy a t-shirt, that's about it.
Is grade A. Everything about that girl is just she just keeps stepping up. Boom, boom, boom. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She gets on with it. And Sasha Banks she's like a manipulative little child. Do you know what I mean? She bites.
Yeah.
I would have a great fucking time with Sasha Banks. I'd dangle that motherfucking hook. I would. She'd bite, and she'd bite, and she'd bite. I mean, Uncle Snoop, or Cousin Snoop.
Cousin Snoop.
Fucking hell.
Okay. Well, again, we mentioned that the Hardys beat the Usos, which I did enjoy. And I mean, with you guys, I mean, with the main event. All right. How much would you guys think about? So they were doing Seth and Kofi and to unify the belts, quote unquote. Then the bar come out. And then the fans start chanting bullshit.
I loved the reactions on Twitter. Everyone was panicking that one of them was going to lose a title. Don't be stupid. There's no way that match is going to finish with one fall.
It's just silly, wasn't it? It was just silly. I was waiting for someone like, you know what I mean? I to be honest with you, I only had just one outcome to the ending, and I just thought it'd be Lesnar. Just come and ragdoll the fuck out of both of them. And New Day would then get dismantled.
Well, that's the
and
thing
then
now.
what I was hoping for was the new Paul Heyman guy, which would have been Lars Sullivan.
Well, we got a shake-up next week. It'll probably all come then.
Well, yeah, then they started, Braun coming on SmackDown going after Joe, then McIntyre coming on SmackDown with the bar.
SmackDown was fucking weird.
How good is Kevin Owens at pulling off a stunner?
That was a sweet stunner.
Oh,
just a shame that people don't drop to the knees anymore.
It's not going to be. Is it going to be Kevin Owens versus Randy now?
I would be fine with that.
That was a good outing by Randy.
Owens needs a win.
And the AJ Styles Orton match was, like you mentioned.
What was everyone's opinion on Sami Zayn?
Well, personally, I think Jericho was the one who said on his podcast, I would put him with, him coming back against Balor, saying what he said, put him with Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan. Because they're all vegans.
I think Zayn's return was a bit anticlimactic.
Yeah.
And
they also made the mistake of showing him backstage right before his surprise return.
I actually thought, right, I actually thought Sami Zayn was wearing an earpiece, right? Because I honestly believe they don't know what the fuck they wanted to happen with Zayn. I think they were waiting for fan reaction. There was none. And then Vince in his ear went, right, give it to him, Sammy. And they did, and they didn't even react to that.
No, they actually cheered when he insulted him.
The guy was abusing him. You know what I mean? He was beating me. He was beating me, but then I was listening to him and I was like, yeah, you're pointing at me.
He's being honest though, right? With everything that Sammy said.
That's what I thought. It was very, very Romanesque.
Here's the reason why everybody can cheer what Sami Zayn was saying. Because everybody knows somebody that all they do is complain about wrestling. They never find anything to enjoy about it.
Sasha.
And even if right, so everybody goes like, yeah, that's true, because they're not thinking about themselves. They're just thinking about the other people that they feel meet that criteria. Meanwhile, their buddy's standing next to them and going, it's my buddy to the left here. So everybody's like, yeah, he's not talking to me, but I know some people he's talking to.
Yeah, definitely.
We just have to wait and see what happens in the shake-up, obviously, before we set any feuds up. Because, like I said, who's Seth going to feud with? There's no heels on Raw.
I don't see the point in having a shake-up. I don't get it. I don't see why It's they do it for ratings because people tune in to see what. You know what I mean? But it does nothing. Why not just have people drifting between shows?
I agree, but I guess instead of calling it the draft,
I'd much rather see a different match every week on you know what I mean, a one-off match every week on either show than what we're gonna get is the same shit.
Yeah.
Right. The only people I can see moving are Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
I can see a New Day split, definitely. I really do think they're going to split them. Usos are going to go to Raw. There's no way they're going to go through with an Usos versus. You know what I mean? I don't think the Revival thing was an accident. I think the Revival dropped them to go, unless they're going to do a swappy with the belts.
Yeah, which they typically do.
But it wouldn't make any sense, would it? A red belt to go to SmackDown.
Well, you know what I'm intrigued by with the tag stuff. Who do you guys think Paige's tag team is that she's going to bring to SmackDown next week?
I think it's Rhea Ripley and that.
Reina Gonzalez?
Yeah.
All right. What about Kyrie and Io?
No.
I think Kyrie will be coming up though. She apparently had a farewell match in NXT.
Well, what was funny, right? And I don't like putting negative shit on people's posts. But a geezer posted on RWT, and he put 7 people getting called up, and there was only fucking 5 of them on the fucking thing.
I saw you wrote that.
What the fuck? Did you actually look at the post? People have this thing, don't they? That they find the clickbait and they'll just go copy link, post there.
Butcher, you got to change your name to Sniper because I watch. Listen, this is the thing. We comment on a lot of the same stuff, and like you just go through and you are a post killer. That's what you do. There'll be like 26 comments on a post, and then you'll come through like literally 2 days after the fact and be like, "This whole thing's bullshit," and then you're out. You're out. It's just like one grenade, and I'm gone.
That's all I need. 360 no scope.
We got 25 people on RWT who are completely like believing a post, and Butcher will just come on. It'll be like 3 days after the fact, and he'll be like, "Anybody who believes this is stupid," and he's gone. He's gone. It's like a thief in the night.
Well, that's it though. I can't have a conversation on something when I just look at it like, how the fuck are you conversing on this? Someone help me find some comfort in my life to be able to give something to these people. You know what I mean? And then I've got Gollum on my shoulder going, "It's not for you. You can't talk on that one." "Yes, he can. Shut up." You know what I mean? He will say it how he wants to say it. It's not for you, but Butcher is nice. You know what I mean? It's not happening. It's not happening. I can't bring myself to do it. It's like a Kirkendall post. Report. Fuck off, Tony.
Report.
I fucking hate them. I hate them. They look like he's just typed report and posted it himself. Tony, you're not giving anything away. You've got to stop it. I see Kirkendall. First thing I see is Kirkendall post something, and I'm just like, it's gonna have report written on it.
Yeah,
it's gonna have report written on it.
Butcher, I want you to go with me to a WWE event because the way that you hate all the marks in RWT and on the internet, that's how I feel about it. I'm telling you, man. Standing in line standing in line. Sometimes I just put on headphones and listen to like classical music to keep myself calm, because standing in line waiting for those doors to open and being surrounded by all the smartest people on the planet, when it comes, it's just gonna be this and this and that, and and in my head I'm screaming like, shut.
It is infuriating.
Yes, but outwardly I don't know these people, and I don't want to be an angry black guy, so I'm like just there with a big smile on my face, but inside my head I'm like, fuck you.
And it's not just WWE, Max. It happens at Impact, or did when I used to go.
That's just that. Yeah, I'm up for that, Emir. Definitely. Next year, bro. I'm just gonna cut everyone down. I'll just go full on Butcher promo.
Well, we have to wonder which one's gonna be in Brooklyn next year, because obviously Rumble's in Houston, Mania's in Tampa, so it's either gonna be SummerSlam or Survivor Series.
We shall see.
But man, I love New York.
What about WrestleMania coming to Los Angeles?
Tampa might interest me.
I heard about that. I know you were very happy it lost LA, man.
Yeah, no plane. That's all I'm hearing.
What's that for? What's that for? What's that? LA? What's that for?
37.
Yeah, 2020.
21.
No, 21.
Yeah, 2021.
Next year's the one with the Pirates.
in Los Angeles.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And that's Mania, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Butcher, you better fucking save your money or rob a bank or whatever it is you got to do.
Is that the one that having the difficulty over which fucking stadium it's going to be in? Whether it's going to be the Chargers or...
Right, but they're all just sharing the same state-of-the-art stadium. I drove past it the other day, and it's weird to see something that's like right in the middle of construction like that. It's kind of funny, actually, the thought, because the stadium is in Inglewood, which is like... Imagine if I said WrestleMania is going to be in Compton. You'd be like, why would they do that? But it's like some version of like they're putting really expensive stuff in a really shitty town, and then people from all over the world shall descend on Inglewood without fully knowing that they're going to get gunned down. I know this, so I will, for the first time ever, I will buy and don a Roman Reigns bulletproof vest and some other military gear, and I shall charge in and see the show.
First guy to get gunned down will be me because I cut a promo. I'll have to be on my best behavior.
I hate that logo for next year in Tampa.
I don't like the idea of the fucking just the first thing I see that even goes anywhere near the fact that it's Tampa is, I bet they're going to use Kyrie Singh with the pirate ship. Fuck off, man.
But no, the logo looks like somebody's grabbed two clip art images. Oh, there's a flag. We'll put that on it.
Yeah.
It looks like amateur Pirates of the Caribbean, man.
Yeah. Oh, the Pirates rip off music as well. Jesus.
Yeah. Now
I can see the geezer with in the front row. I hate that guy with the green shirt, man. I really want to punch him.
What guy with the green shirt? What are you talking about?
Green shirt guy.
Green shirt guy.
Green shirt.
How could you say what guy with the green shirt?
I know what you're talking about.
He's the one in the green shirt, Mike.
Fucking stupid tough man. You don't call that a fucking beard. What the fuck is that on your chin?
I know. I know.
How does he get the same seat
every time? I
hate him. I hate him. My missus goes to me because she knows that she's winding me up. She goes, "You're just jealous, Dave, because you want to be there and he's there every week." I'm like, fuck you, man.
He's always next to long-haired guy.
Yeah. Will Weeze is like, I love that guy in the green shirt. And I said, let me tell you something, Will Weeze. I'm at just as many events as the guy in the green shirt. Just because I sit on the fucking ceiling and he sits in the ring doesn't make him better than me, okay?
I hate that guy. I hate him. I'm watching Amir's video, Amir's picture, and I'm looking straight. I didn't look at the picture. You know, as you look at a picture at an angle, so you're cutting off the ring. You don't want to see the ring, and all I can see is this green fucking t-shirt. I hate that guy.
So, if you're in the same vicinity as him, how bad are you gonna punch him in the face, Butch?
I'll start cutting a full-on promo, man. I'll take a megaphone with me. I'll go on full-on fucking Johnny Ferrari.
Johnny Ferrari.
Yeah. I'll go full-on like, fuck you, green shirt guy. Well, you know what, brother? You may be blowing Vince McMahon, but you can't blow me.
Okay, just wow. to make you happy, what do you think about Iconics defending against the Brooklyn Bells?
Who?
Pointless, but
Funny.
it is. It's. I just pray they don't lose them next week to whoever it is. You know, from what I can hear though, who is it that said? Do you think it's Kairi Sane and Io Shirai?
I did.
Right. From what I hear, is it that? What's that guy's name in Britain, NXT UK?
Which one?
Johnny Saint, is it?
Yeah, Johnny.
So he's about to step down, and from what I've read, it's all gossip. But like I've said, William Regal wise, his father's not long passed away. So whether it would make sense for Regal to come to NXT UK to be closer to his mother, who's still alive, and then Paige go to NXT. You know what I mean? WWE seem heart set on keeping Paige there within some, you know what I mean?
As a
some
manager.
way. I personally would prefer to see her as a valet. I've heard a lot of people saying bring her back and bring back Absolution. No, don't touch it. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. It's quite funny how the stronger team is now the weakest, and the Riot Squad just look fantastic. Minus fucking Liv fucking Morgan because she's shite.
Hey, fuck you.
I really wanted Sarah
excuse
Logan
me,
to win that.
That's it. Don't know what that was. I have Tourette's. I love Liv Morgan.
I like Liv Morgan.
Oh, but you like her for fucking other reasons.
I know. I just want to have sex with her.
Exactly. I don't.
Wait, still on the air?
Hold on. Do you really want to have sex with her after Enzo hit that?
Yeah. Wrap it up.
Liv Morgan, if she walked up to me right now and said, "Do you want to have sex with me?" and I'd say, "Yeah," and then she'd go, "You realize at some point Enzo was inside of me," and I'd go, "Right. Can we just have sex now?" I don't. You make sure you bring that blue tongue, Missy. All right. I want I just want to live. See what I did there?
I just want to live.
There'd be a part of me that would go Ruby Riot before her because Ruby looks a bit fucking filthy. You know?
Yeah.
I would have to kind of sort something out with the nose. I mean, Sarah Logan looks like she'd spit on you. But I ain't messing
among
with
other
her.
things.
Well,
she should have won that. I was pissed off when Carmella
won. Yeah, me too.
I was fucking livid. Didn't like that ending, man. That pissed me off.
By the way, not for nothing, but I'm looking at my Facebook memories, and for some reason, on April 11th, 2015, at 2:38 p.m., this is 4 years ago, I simply wrote on Facebook, "Prostitutes scare me." What?
Where did that come from?
There's no context, no nothing. Just in case you were wondering, prostitutes scare me.
Did you just watch Home Alone 2 by any chance?
I didn't, but I should.
Read you a bedtime story?
Yeah. It's like, oh my god.
They were creepy because they were.
I think I've only ever been approached twice by prostitutes, and the second time was in Amsterdam, and I actually had to be pulled away because I was about to go in the doorway. I was like, "Yeah, I'll go."
Yeah.
Take one for the team. Yeah.
Was it kind of like Eurotrip with the Flugenhagen, whatever he was doing?
Flugenhagen. Oh, it was. She wasn't even downstairs to greet me on the street. She was just hanging out the window, and the tits were hanging over the fucking barrier. I was like, "Yeah, I'll come."
Literally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hadn't even seen what was down below. It just could have been hanging. You know what I mean? So, hey, let's go.
What happened to this episode?
I don't know.
I don't know.
BlackBane happened. My bad.
Well, that's why you're our brother. And number 2, okay, since you did bring it up when people used to go there, we got to talk about what also did happen on WrestleMania Day. Eli Drake getting terminated.
Yeah, that's the only thing impacted this weekend.
Yeah, pretty much.
I love Butcher's comment on his live video. Did Impact do
that?
anything? No, they probably didn't do anything this weekend.
Do you really know what's funny about that? You realise how petty Impact fans are,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You realise how petty
They'll
and
turn
how
on you on a dime.
uneducated and just how unappreciative, you know what I mean, that they are with what they've got as a company, right? Is when they turn on and they basically stomp on them. Well, if you didn't want to be there, you didn't want to be there. You know, get the hell out of here. Well, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. It doesn't state why he's gone. But how about thank you? Because there's a guy that when everyone else jumped ship, he stayed because no fucking else wanted him, granted. But we won't say that about him. But wasn't he the guy at one point that was carrying the fucking flag, the company on his back? Yeah.
Yeah, 2017.
But you were all marking out for Austin Aries that has freaking sold you down the Swanee, and Loki sold you down the Swanee how many times? I hate Impact fans above any.
Yeah, it's
Fans,
so different when
fans.
someone leaves WWE. All the fans like, oh, good for him. He did the right thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's they're brain dead. They're not intelligent people at all. Especially that fucking inbred fuck with the bald head.
C squared.
He's just that fucking donut. What was his name?
That's why I said C squared, Colby Cooper.
That's him. Yes, stupid fuck.
Oh, that's what the C stands for.
He's just an absolute donut, man. He's an idiot. I just don't get people like him.
What did you put on Twitter the other day, Mike?
It's so easy, right? The thing is I'm not an intelligent person, but it doesn't lack intelligence to know what he's doing. He's an attention whore.
Yeah.
He's an attention whore. Now, if you're a person and you're attaching and commenting and tagging Impact in every fucking post that you do, you're going to pick up at least 2 or 3 followers a day, a week. After a while, what is going to happen is Impact are going to tweet you, which is then going to get fucking acknowledged by hundreds of, you know what I mean? Hundreds. I'm not going to say millions because they haven't got fucking millions. Thousands, you know what I mean? I'm going to say. And then they're going to follow you. And then the motherfucker gets over fucking 500 fucking follows and he thinks he's somebody. I mean, I've got a good memory, and I know this because I argue with fucking everyone. I know exactly who I've argued with, and I know exactly who's fucking blocked me. And the little dipshit fucking blocked me on my banned account. So that's why he don't know me.
You tweeted the other day the Impact have got a better production value than WWE. What the fuck are you smoking?
Yeah, that's what you said.
You know, we may criticize WWE, but their production value is untouchable.
Yeah, Impact is just why? Because he watched the Undead Realm thing and he thought, oh my god.
That was fucking awful.
It was. Kiera Hogan's awful friggin' thing. I did pop at Kevin Sullivan. Don't get me wrong. I like Kevin Sullivan. But my God, Kiera Hogan's acting sucked. Demon. And then Allie, just because we knew she was going to AEW.
Lake Placid 5 was better than that shit.
Well, dude, it was a friggin'...
Sharknado fucking 6 was better.
Dude, that whole friggin' segment was a direct-to-DVD, bad direct-to-DVD.
Terrible,
yeah.
Man. Terrible.
Well, he was
Ghost Shark was better.
Well, Colby was also the one that said New Japan would be better suited TV with Impact.
That's what I'm saying. This is the thing, right? I have nothing against people being supportive of, do you know what I mean? But if you're going to support something and then argue that it's better because, give me a reason. Don't call me uneducated. You know what I mean? You were a speck in your dad's fucking pants when I was watching wrestling.
This is what we said for years. Impact fans can't take criticism.
But the funny thing was his comment when he come back to me and he said Yeah, well, I haven't even been watching TNA since the start. I wasn't even there. I wasn't even watching.
Yeah, he said he wasn't
when
watching
Dixie
it during
Carter
the years,
was around. Fuck off, you donuts. So what were you watching then? What were you watching? You don't just... I watch wrestling, and wrestling's what I watch. I don't just watch WWE. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna sit there and go, yeah, man, that Impact Wrestling, that's got some good production value. No, it hasn't. You can't sit there and praise something that doesn't deserve praise. What praise does it deserve? The fact that it's still in fucking business. That is the only praise I can give it. Well done for lasting this fucking long and renting every fucker else's superstars to put you over.
The fact that they haven't lost Killer Cross yet.
You know? Linking all them freaking wrestling companies. Do you know what I mean? I noticed how you link the companies. Tell me a superstar from MLW that's been on there.
Pentagon.
Right? Pentagon.
Yeah, no.
I would say Pentagon's Lucha. I would say Pentagon's got a free contract and he could go anywhere he fucking wants. That's exactly the same with Brian Cage.
Well, it's
funny.
funny.
Wherever he wants.
Well, it's funny you mentioned Killer Cross because our resident Switch Babe was the one that put this onto the fact that friggin' Impact, one of their flyers, had him listed for that United We Stand event.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Killer
he got
Cross
pissed.
Yeah, he was pissed.
He was really pissed that they have advertised him.
And he wasn't even going to be on the show.
He won't be there long, man. I tell you what, I watched that match. Him and Davey. Wow.
Yep, it was that good, right, Butch?
Tore the fucking roof down.
I haven't seen it, man. I gotta
a nice
check it
little
out.
promotion, that is, that Bloodsport.
It was Bloodsport, Emir. It's him and David Hart Smith. It was very good. We'll send it to you. Once out.
Very,
Yeah,
very good.
D.H. Smith.
David Hart Smith, man.
Another one who got in on the Hall of Fame.
I love that little tweet he got. He wouldn't have got out if he was by me.
Yeah.
I love Wilder's punch. You just...
Oh.
It was awesome.
And then he just walks off casually and everyone's cheering him.
Fuck him up! Fuck him up! Fuck him up! I was like, oh, wow, bro. You are so lucky your head is attached right now.
Well, what did you think about, Drake Maverick, everybody's talking about because paid no attention to that man.
Could you imagine if Lesnar had been front row of that? Lesnar would have ripped him.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we were lucky Shane was the first one to jump up to lay in those speedy punches.
He leaves me uncomfortable.
Yeah. I'm almost surprised Seth was front row. He could have jumped up and given him a good old curb stomp.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking put him right down.
I noticed Kevin Nash didn't Russell. Whoa, gonna come to the quads, guys.
Can't tear my quad again now.
I love the quad. I love the quad joke.
Who was it in the DX Hall of... Was it X-Pac, I think? Oh, you're not standing up? Is it because of your knee?
Yeah.
It was X-Pac.
Yep.
Fucking love X-Pac.
I love X-Pac, yeah. he was the only one, you know. I'm going to say it, and like I say, I don't want to
I know what you're going to say.
People off, but he was the only one that actually looked, you know what I mean, wounded.
About China, yeah.
Yeah, wounded.
Every time he mentioned it, he got teary-eyed.
Yeah, I felt sorry for him because I felt like it literally meant the world to him that he was there.
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And I know when me is sitting there chuckling whenever I say, do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But he did. Is all. The way he's just sat there and he's relating.
Yeah.
He didn't seem like he could.
He seems very humble, like he didn't think he achieved enough to be there.
Yeah. I disagree.
Oh yeah, he did. Absolutely did.
He changed part of the landscape for small wrestlers in WWE to be recognised. Do you actually believe if he hadn't have, you know what I mean? You look at him coming through as the 1, 2, 3 kid. That one match gained him a ton of respect by his peers, and then fast forward and DX is being put together and you've got X-Pac. All right, people may say, yeah, but he fucking left. He didn't leave WWE in the shit. He'd made Vince McMahon a shit ton of money. a
The
shit
fans
ton
turned
of
on
money.
X-Pac.
You know?
Hence the X-Pac heat, yep.
Yeah.
You know? It's just...
Remember when the invasion first started, X-Pac was the only member of Team WWF getting booed.
That's right. Yeah, because, you're dealing with the X Factor.
Yeah.
Who was he feuding with for the light heavyweight title?
Tajiri.
Tajiri.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That was one hell of a song still. I love the DX
dealing
one.
with the X Factor.
I got everything I ever wanted.
Alan Heat's induction was very, very good as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like it was over before it began.
It was
Do you know what?
funny.
I bet that's what everyone thought when they left the stadium on Sunday. Well, looks like it's over before it began.
I thought that was brilliant. I like Stevie Ray. I would have liked Stevie Ray to have, had a bit of a run or something. You know what I mean? I did like Stevie Ray in WCW.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about Stevie Ray ever was the part where he was a wrestler, and his life was about wrestling, and he had to convince his criminal brother to stay away from crime and come join me in this wrestling thing. Who's Booker T, who goes on to become a 5-time WCW champion, 2-time Hall of Fame. It's like he's gotta be thinking, this wasn't even your thing. This was my thing.
Motherfucker, I got you into this. Where's my money?
Sucker.
Sucker.
Booker T standing there. I got two. He got one. But he got me into this, and it would have been over. It was almost over before it began. I loved that induction. I thought it was really, really good.
What did you guys think about Tori coming out there and we got to see Stacey?
I hate Tori Wilson, man. She's tits and ass.
Well, you gotta feel bad for her dad dying.
Oh no! Whoa, Mike!
Sorry.
Hang on. Oh, I was. You know what I mean? No, definitely. You know what I mean?
I gotta say, I quite enjoyed her speech. To be fair,
Marie sat on his face, like.
Well, she even acknowledged that Dawn Marie day. Yeah.
Old Al Wilson.
Fucking hell. What a story.
No, I just know for me, I get kind of when you look at the women inductions now. There was only one way it should have gone this year. Like I said, I don't really want to get into it, but it's just there was only one person. You know, I didn't want to hear her freaking go on about all her peers and Victoria's trying, because the camera's on and she's trying to pull out a few tears. You know, Candice Michelle, fucking whore. You know what I mean? She named the only one she didn't name that didn't freaking, you know what I mean, sleep her way to the top was Kelly.
Wow.
Well, she's not going to name her. Candice don't get on, do they?
No.
Candice is pissed that she picked Randy picked Kelly over her. What else we got? Fucking NXT, pointless. What the fuck was wrong with NXT?
Oh, this week.
Did they record that on a freaking? You know what I mean?
I never watch NXT the week after a takeover because it's just going to be mostly highlights.
Well, it was just
it's
highlights.
just like a recap show.
I don't want to watch freaking Street Profits.
Oh, I got that. Do you know what? I got that notification on Wednesday. Street Profits are in action tonight. Well, I'm not watching then.
I don't watch Street Profits, man. They had the Suns on against freaking. Was it only Lorcan and Danny Burch?
Yeah.
And that was a bit of an onslaught. And then it was just everything building up to take over, and that's what it was. And then the result. And I was like, well, thank God I hadn't watched fucking Takeover then.
Well, I gotta say, I'm sorry, Amir, but I was gonna say NXT UK, watching Piper Niven debut and her and Killer Kelly, loved it.
I was thinking, do I look at the Street Profits? They just tend to remind me of
Prime Time.
Yeah, Crime Time. And then my thing was, so then that reminded me of, did you guys see the video of Crime Time and MVP watching Kofi win the title and MVP just balling?
Yeah, that was great.
Balling. Not like that, like crying. Crying. That moment of like...
I shed tears. I did shed tears. Because it's one of them, isn't it? It's the right decision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it was a nice, clean win.
It's the right thing. You know, I couldn't imagine Daniel Bryan winning that. I was just like, oh no.
Oh, the place would have erupted.
But it would have been like full circle, wouldn't it? Daniel Bryan would have done full circle at Mania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan would have nothing else left to do in a WWE ring. Ultimate face, ultimate heel.
Now you got to wonder now.
Good heel, though, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Daniel Bryan, such a good heel. I know they immediately changed that title out and gave Kofi the black strap, but I want to see Daniel Bryan with that title again. Yeah. Sooner than later, and I want him to come back with his eco-friendly belt because I want to buy that belt. Honestly, the new Daniel Bryan, I love that gimmick.
You think there's much chance Bryan can get swapped in the shake-up?
Yeah, because he could bring it back to the Universal, can't he?
There's a good chance. Him and AJ Styles, I think.
You knew he wasn't going to hold the title for long because the hemp belt didn't go on WWE Shop.
Roman SmackDown?
Yeah. I think Fox won all the big players.
What, do you think Brock Lesnar will be in the mix-up, or is he basically classed as not signed yet? Even though they kind of posted that he had signed.
I honestly just want him to fuck off.
Yeah,
I'm sick to the back teeth of him.
Yes.
Ronda Rousey SmackDown, or do you think she'll do a John Cena or be a free agent when she comes back from a suspected broken hand?
Well, all right. The man did it again, by the way. Did you guys see the tweet? So, new Charlotte is my first challenger. Not sure now, but I'm starting to think this company might have a type.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love it.
I'd like him to I would like him to unify that women's title. I really would. I think we can all agree. Like when you look at the rosters and you break the rosters down, there's a lot of people that need to be let go because you know they're never going to get used. Ascension, you know. Hell, I'd even release fucking Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins.
Yeah, they do that typically after every WrestleMania. There's a bunch of like people that get let go, but one thing that WWE's had to learn over the years, and God bless New Japan, it's like, the moment that WWE lets go of somebody that they treated like shit and didn't do anything with, they go somewhere else and they immediately become a star because. They're given an opportunity, and they're trying to avoid some version of a bunch of nobodies in WWE becoming a bunch of somebodies in AEW. So they're like, even though we don't use these guys, it's like a child who goes like, I haven't played with this toy in years, but I can't risk some other child being able to play with it. So I shall hold on to it. Now, to that point, where are we with Dean Ambrose?
I didn't know that Bram had signed for AEW.
Has he?
Yeah.
Well, fucking hell.
Fucking hell.
Didn't fucking know
it would
that.
be long until we have Bad News Barrett there, like.
Is he still with Defiance?
It's Lucha, isn't he?
Right.
Lucha Underground now. He showed up on the last episode in the back of a limousine.
Loved it with Jake Strong, Jack Swagger.
Yeah. Lucha's on its ass. Lucha's good. Lucha will if they I know they've signed for the next season, but I think the next season will be its last.
Well, they do have
too much bullshit.
Well, yeah, King Cuerno, Joey Ryan, Evilise, them like a lawsuit with Lucha Underground now.
Yeah, there's too much shit with them. Fucking yeah, they're silly. So there's going to be a lot of free agents knocking about. I'd love to see fucking Aga in New Japan.
Oh, he would be great.
He would be good in New Japan. I can actually visualize a match with him and Jay White. I can see it.
Oh, but you missed earlier. We mentioned with Kushida now in NXT.
Yes, I like it. I like the fact that they've been able to keep his the gimmick as well.
Somebody posted on one of the Facebook groups, "What's his gimmick? Is he supposed to be Marty McFly?"
Oh my.
Yes.
Duh.
Yes. He's always been dressed as Marty McFly.
I know people can't. Maybe it's just the fucking horrible side of me. You know, the sociopath that just fucking hates people in general. And I know people can't watch everything that I watch or watch everything that we watch. Do you know what I mean? But dude, you're on a social media site with thousands and thousands of people that are going to interact, and you're going to come across one cunt. And that could probably be me. Probably it would have been me if you'd have told me or linked me in it. I'd have answered him.
Oh no, you went to answer the door before we started recording.
See, and then I'd have got abused by people. Like, dude, don't leave him alone, dude. He doesn't know. What do you mean he doesn't know? How can you not know, man? It's Kushida.
It's very simple. Do your research before you comment on something.
Oh, you're making it known that you actually. There's nothing wrong with watching just one product. There's nothing wrong with that.
But don't comment on another product.
Yeah, but don't comment on another product. How are you? Oh, fucking! It just makes me so angry and niggly.
What was that? What was that last word?
Niggly.
Whoa!
What? What? What the fuck are you going on about?
What just happened?
You do realize that it almost sounded like a certain word that Booker T called Hulk Hogan.
Whoa! Don't you fucking label me with that bullshit.
I don't know, man. We heard what we heard.
Can we start again? We're live, man.
What I said to you, Daz.
We're live, man.
We heard what we heard. Tell me
you didn't.
He didn't just say that.
Niggly. Niggly.
No, yeah, we heard it the first time.
Gley. Niggly. It means anxious.
That's my third cousin on my mother's side. Listen here, little Niggly.
Motherfucker, don't.
Right. Google niggly. Niggly. Adjective, causing slight but persistent discomfort or anxiety.
That's great.
There you go, see? Don't you dare!
I know a group of people that get
It
some anxiety every time
brother.
They get some anxiety every time they see some of the nigglies in this neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? It goes down, brother.
I love black people.
Anyway, my niggly.
Preach it.
My niggly, yeah.
I gotta sing about the ebony woman.
Oh man.
All we needed was let me tell you something, bitch.
Let me tell you something, bitch. This little niggly right here, this motherfucker.
This is turning into an Eddie Murphy. Oh, you look a little Italian black guy.
Get all the liquors.
That's one of the greatest sketches I've ever seen. Oh, you just beat to see Rocky. Get the fuck out of here.
Do we think? Or I'm trying. I asked this before, but I think you guys missed it. Where are we at with the whole Dean Ambrose thing?
Well,
he got two farewells. Apparently, he said goodbye last week after Raw, and he said goodbye this week after Raw. Is that his new gimmick?
Well, you think that if Dean's done and he got taken out by Bobby Lashley and Renee's crying, you think the next match for Bobby is Roman's gonna defend Dean, and there you get Roman, Bobby Lashley?
I think maybe he'd cancel his departure and feud with Lashley, but I don't know. It was confusing. Why did he just end it like that.
What do you think, Butch?
What?
About Dean Ambrose and the Bobby Lashley thing?
I'm on strike because I've been accused of all sorts.
I've been persecuted.
Call me a lawyer. This shit's all been recorded. Persecution. Might as well put me on a fucking cross as well.
Have you got?
I'd put some nails in my hands and put a thorn on my head.
Have you got in touch with Gorka?
What?
Have you got in touch with Gorka?
It's fucking Johnny Cochran's coming, mate. I'm fucking telling you. Get OJ off, you'll get me off with this shit.
It must have quit.
Go on, what was the question?
Dean Ambrose, what do you think about the Bobby Lashley thing? You think he's really done? Are we going to get an Ambrose Lashley feud?
You know what? I'm confused. I was confused with it because I didn't see why you would even bother doing it and saying and his final appearance on Monday Night Raw. And then have Bobby go, yeah, I'll look after your wife. Dude, I would have punched Bobby real.
Where's the future endeavor post? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love Renee's. Renee was like, what?
I love how Corey's went, Renee, go to him. Added a little bit of realism to it.
It's like she sounded quite fearful. What? Bobby Lashley? Damn. He's big. It's big.
Yeah.
That ain't like Dean.
Do you know what? Next week.
See him again. Little Leo Rush giving commentary on it.
Next week, Michael Cole's going to turn to Renee and go, so what can you tell us about Dean Ambrose's condition after last week? Oh, we don't really talk about things like that.
He did get buried, though, didn't he? He did get buried, and then the little thing at the end where it showed the three of them.
Yeah.
I think that did kind of signify that. I don't think he's signing with anyone else. I really do think he's taking time off.
I wonder if he's actually 100% after his surgery.
He hasn't really done a lot of matches, has he?
No.
You know what I mean? He's only been doing kind of run-ins and
certainly not in the style that he used to.
No, he hasn't. I'll be gutted. I mean, I would be gutted to see him in another company because I don't think he would get perceived the way he does in WWE anywhere else. I don't think people would get him, appreciate him. Do you know what I mean? Because he's only had one style before he went into WWE, and that was CZW. He's always had that smash mouth. He's not a wrestler, is he? He's a brawler.
He's a brawler, yeah.
It may work in AEW. AEW is probably his only chance, I would say. I don't think it would work for him in ROH. I don't think he'd go to ROH because I don't think ROH would be able to afford his deal. New Japan, I think he'd get lost.
Yeah.
I think he'd get lost. And you know what I mean? I think AEW was his only chance. But has he got any relationships within AEW which would kind of, do you know what I mean, interest?
Foster that. They've already dropped some sort of like on the low, like, you know, there's some space over here type of,
yeah.
Some tweet or something came out where they kind of like sheepishly alluded to the fact that they would clearly have Ambrose if he would have them, you know.
He needs to be careful though, because it could have a negative impact on Renee.
It wouldn't bother me as long as he's going somewhere where they've actually got something for him. Because I mean, let's face it, fucking WWE ain't got shit for him.
No,
they ain't got shit for him. They've had the chances with Dean Ambrose, man. The best way to utilize Dean Ambrose is not having crack fucking stupid jokes.
That was the only bad thing about his title reign.
He's a straight up brawler, man. He's a badass. He's, you know, if you fucking don't know what I mean, go watch his feud, man, with Mick Foley and fucking William Regal in FCW. Guy's fucking,
yeah, absolutely. That was some of his best stuff.
You don't fucking, you ruined him. You ruined him. They call him one of the longest United States title reigns, but he did a Brock with it.
But he hardly defended it.
He did a Brock with it. Yeah. He looked good with it. He was, for me, he was my favourite member of the Shield because he just looked organic.
Yeah, he was the when the Shield first came out, I just thought to myself, the best wrestler was Seth Rollins. The best on the microphone was Dean Ambrose. Who the fuck is this other guy?
Yeah. I think that was another thing, though, because when you go look at Roman in FCW, don't pay attention to Liaki, because I think they sold Liaki as this watered down Samoan-esque The Rock, but he had limited. Whenever you watched him, he didn't blow you away in terms of his ability in the ring. But when they brought in Roman Reigns before they put him with the Shield in a suit, he looked the business. He looked like a guy, you know what I mean? You could just he looked fantastic. His promos were good. The way he conducted himself was, you know what I mean? I'm here to make money. You know what I mean? If you're going to talk to me, you better, you know what I mean? Address me as sir type of thing. And he looked good. But then obviously fucking CM Punk shit all over the Shield and said, yeah, wasn't he supposed to be Roman Reigns? Supposed to be Chris Hero. CM Punk kind of left with like another negative, and people were like, yeah. Well, Chris Hero would have made sense. Fuck the Shield. Fuck Roman Reigns.
Oh, and ever since you need to put Roman over comments, that was it.
You know,
CM Punk buried Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
He's just done it again with the Kofi Kingston title when they got comment from CM Punk, and his comment was like, yeah, Kofi Kingston should have won the title 10 years ago.
Very true.
Yep.
Very true.
I love Punk. I love him. He's straight to the point, isn't he?
That's what I always loved about him. He didn't shit around any subject.
I'm thinking about CM Punk now. That promo that he cut where he was like talking about all the jobbers and how they would really be bigger people outside of WWE. He's like, you got a massive guy like
one when he named Dolph Ziggler. He actually named Dolph Ziggler, didn't he?
Brodus Clay, you have him come out here and cut a shuck and jive. Yeah. It's like, this guy is, he's like, yeah, fuck you, Vince. Like, you got these people doing all this dumb shit who could be amazing if you would just let them.
Mm-hmm. I always said that with Brodus Clay. They never let the guy be what he was supposed to be.
Funkasaurus.
You know what I mean? I'd never understand that. The guy that was in the NXT, that stupid competition, you know, and with Alberto Del Rio, that guy was a legitimate badass. When they introduced him as a guy that used to be a bodyguard for fucking, you know what I mean? The likes of freaking, it was Snoop, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Bodyguard for Snoop. You were like, yeah, fucking, I believe that. You know? And then obviously, then you're just listening to, the Funkadactyls and, bro, fucking hell.
Well, wonders never cease.
Wonders never cease, you're right.
That's
not quite as positive as yesterday's Game of Thrones, people. No. I apologise.
All I can say is, well, it was over before it begun.
And I never said the N-word.
Niggly. That's my new favorite. By the way, there is a word that Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino, the term little niglet, and he was impressed in one of his sets to find out that there's actually a sign language. There's a sign for the word niglet. Not to be confused with niggly. According to Butcher, that's a completely different thing.
Or twiglets, which are very nice. Well, that's it for this week. You can find me at Dazzy MWP. Mike is at SM Show 1 and MCL 92. Is your favourite time of the week. The Butcher is at TOG69BHITB. Mike,
that is my favorite part.
Mike, is it a busy week for the podcast machine?
Well, be honest with you, since I start a new job next week, I did have an interview though this week. Sizzling Stan Styles was back, so we talked about the Intergender Bonanza 3, where he and Joey Ryan will be taking on the Punk Rock Queen Jamie Senegal and Priscilla Kelly, and tag team action on Friday, May the 3rd. And yeah, it was a fun show.
You can just feel the steam coming off me and Butcher right now.
I know, because I said Joey Ryan. I know.
And Priscilla Kelly.
Priscilla Kelly, yeah.
That's racism, Lois.
I don't like Joey Ryan, and now there's this. Somebody puts up a clip. I don't know who it was.
Oh, the naked
RWT.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't even that. It wasn't even the naked moonsault, but I saw that too. That I don't know what the fuck happened there either.
Was it the butt?
But I was more confused by the two guys that were just pumping their asses together.
Oh,
that was wrong,
and I just thought to myself,
that was Harold, man. This is what I'm getting at, Mr. Harold Hunter the Third, right?
That's the RWT champion. Tread lightly.
I couldn't give a fuck.
Do you know what? Can you imagine watching it and somebody goes, "Why'd you like wrestling?" "Oh, good, it's cool, it's badass." And then next thing, this scene comes on, and it's like, I can't defend that.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's where I come in. You know what I mean? I'm like the censorship of RWT.
You're the RTC.
That's what I am. I'm the censorship. I'm going to call myself the moderator.
The moderator.
I'm coming in to shut you bad boys down.
Yeah. No more ass videos.
No more. I'm coming in. This shit's fucked up. This shit's getting shut down. There you go. There you go. Every time I come on now and I'll just do multiple gimmicks. I'll just cut and I'll just have a red light on my head with a siren ass.
Emir, where can people find you?
On Twitter.
Not on a plane.
No, not at least for another year. Lord knows I'll find a way to get to Tampa. No, actually, I'm supposed to be heading to Tampa for that WrestleMania and the trip to Disney World. Me and my wife and kids will be meeting Mike Ibiza and his lovely girlfriend out there. So it's so funny. Just touched down back home in Los Angeles, already planning to fly all the way across the country again. But yeah, Twitter and YouTube, Raw Wrestling Talk, Facebook, RWT group. Join in, get in on the fun, get in on all the ass videos, and then also just this past week created an Instagram account finally for RWT, where I've decided to kind of stretch my creative muscle, just the one, and
moderator.
And putting up some what I've done is I've created this Instagram and I've followed nothing but wrestlers, and I just take pictures that I find of them on their IGs where I can think of a clever caption, and I create memes and then repost it to that Instagram account because I think it's hilarious to do that. So go over, get on Instagram and type in RWT, Raw Wrestling Talk. Follow me on there for some hilarious wrestling memes. So far, everything that I put up has been like original, out of my mind. But at some point, I'll probably just put up other wrestling memes too. Just anything I can find once I run out of content, which is something that the Butcher says he never does. So
I never run out of content.
Does this guy know who I am?
Do you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? My car.
Do you know what I mean?
Tell Ibiza to be careful in Disneyland. Because kids see a giant panda, they're going to think he works there.
Exactly. I love that fucking every time I see any video or anything with a panda, I just it doesn't even have anything to do with wrestling. If I see a panda taking a shit on a bus bench, I just post it to the group and go like, Jesus Christ, Micah Beasley, get some fucking class.
And you know where to find us on social media. It's at Max Wrestling UK, Max Wrestling Interactive on Facebook, and we're also on SoundCloud, YouTube, and iTunes, and of course the Four Corner Network. Make sure you check out maxwrestling.net and fourcornernetwork.wix.com/podcast. We're going to have to shorten that soon. Check out previous episodes of Dazzy and Butcher's Screen Gems at DB Screen Gems, and of course Throne Zone is officially back. You can check out the first episode of Season 2 right now at Throne Zone UK, where the Butcher, the Phoenix, and I recap the story so far before Season 8 kicks off this weekend.
Oh yeah, just subscribe to RWT. How great I am.
Moderator.
Moderator. See?
No ass videos.
I'm gonna take some juicy pictures of myself in Tesco shopping the supermarket.
Don't forget to grab that box from the local supermarket.
There you go. I'll be on it. On it like a cardboard on it.
Wait a minute, grab that box.
WWE needs to do a new promo package.
Uh-oh.
Oh, moderator.
Moderator.
Moderator. Making his debut.
You don't have to moderate this.
Moderator.
You don't have to moderate this show because we're fucking TV mature.
Yes.
Even though we're not mature.
Even though we're not mature.
Okay. Obviously, the Butcher and BlackBane went head-to-head for the Promo Championship last week at Promo Mania. You've been voting all week long. And the results are in.
They're in, yes.
Your winner, with 53% of the vote. Close. And new promo champion, the Butcher.
Oh boy.
And suddenly everybody pulls out of the King of the Mic.
There we go. There we
Sorry,
go.
I said pull out.
Pull out. Moderator.
Moderator, see? Everyone should pull out. I don't know. This feels kind of wrong. I didn't plan for this.
At least it wasn't a walkover.
I didn't know it wasn't. The amount of content I had to make. Fucking hell. It almost run out. It'd gone on for another month, I'd have been knackered. Well,
what was that? What was that last word?
Was that last one?
Who was that last word?
Listen, I'm not even going to say no. I'm not even going to say the N word on anything to do with N anymore.
Nothing to start with the letter N.
No.
My niggly's been knackered.
Drop them crisps in your. Drop them crisps in America called knickknacks.
Yes.
Yeah. Drop the scampi and lemon ones.
I think so. I know we got knickknacks.
Yeah.
Knickknacks are cool.
Knickknacks are ace.
Rib and spicy.
See, yep. you can't even kind of turn that on me because I'm saying positive things after everything with the N. Yeah.
Butcher, allow me to say this: the build to Promo Mania 4 was epic from the first video you made to my immediate response, the back and forth, everybody involved, the lines being drawn in the sand, people fighting back tears, people feeling nervous, people unsure, what's really happening, people privately messaging me, privately messaging you. I mean, the tornado that we
Butcher's a fucking asshole. Remove your mark from the team, man.
Remove. I just want to say, competing against you was an absolute pleasure, brother, and I want to congratulate you on your win and on being the promo champion. This is the equivalent of two guys duking it out and having an incredible match, and then having the class to shake hands and give a big hug after the fact. All love and respect to you, brother.
24/7. I'm gonna hug you 24/7. Now I'm a bit niggly.
No surprise there.
Yes, no, you know, sure. So everyone's probably sitting there going, "Is this it? Are they not gonna say anything else?" We will do a special show for you next week. The Cutting Room.
The Cutting Room. It's back, baby.
It's back, baby.
On the Four Corner Network on TOG 69BHHP.
Exactly. Yeah. Daz is gonna have to record that fucking sample.
Do you know what? You can do it every time somebody rings looking for Mr. Gilam. Who am I speaking to? TOG 69BHITP.
Mr. Gilam.
Well, I think the best soundbite has to be we're doing the prediction. The doorbell rings. For fuck's sake!
I'm sure I terrify the fucking. It's always the same guy. He delivers from a parcel courier service, and I got the window open, and I swear to God, he must stand at least 10 foot away from my door whenever I open it.
Trying to do a world-class fucking podcast.
Trying to do a world-class podcast here.
I'm getting a bit niggly now.
Niggly as fuck. That's what it is. Hashtag niggly as fuck.
Oh, and on that bombshell, we must now bid you adieu. Goodbye. Mwah. And good night. Bang!
Niggly as fuck.
Niggly as fuck.